Basojola here. It's always been said that all blockchains are distributed ledger technologies, but not all distributed ledger technologies are blockchains. Basically, in this video, we'll be focusing on a distributed ledger technology known as a DAG. Basically, a DAG is a storage system that links individual items together, right? DAG stands for a directed acyclic graph. When we say it is directed, it means that it is sent from one specific node to another specific node. When we say it's acyclic, no loops are created within the network or within the structure of the network, right? Now, you get different types of DAG, but in this video specifically, we'll be focused on a type of DAG which is used by a cryptocurrency known as IOTA. Now, IOTA is basically a distributed public ledger that is fundamentally used which was fundamentally developed to power machine-to-machine transactions in the Internet of Things economy, right? Basically, this is what IOTA is. How this Tangle is used, right? How this Tangle is used basically is that for each transaction which is added to a Tangle, two other transactions must be confirmed. Now, this sequence can go up to 8 confirmations just to add one transaction to the Tangle, right? Now, basically, how this thing works is that each node points to two pass nodes. Once the two other future nodes point to it, then a transaction is confirmed and a tangle is created. Now, this form of consensus mechanism or this form of distributed ledger technology basically has no miners, therefore, there are no fees. Therefore, all the transactions that can happen in this network are fundamentally free. All forms of transaction, be it microtransaction or be it normal transactions, all transactions, but it must be transactions that have to do with the machine to machine transactions in the Internet of Things, right? There are no miners here, therefore there are no fees. Now, there is a very controversial feature that the IOTA has, right, which is known as the coordinator. So coordinator is basically one node or one computer that basically replaces miners. It is a rough replacement of miners, basically focusing on bad actors, whoever wants to validate a wrong transaction and the likes. Now, this is fundamentally to secure the network, to act against any malicious nodes, right? And to basically make sure that the network is stable. Now, there is something called a coincide, right? A coincide is a node, is something which going to be introduced at a later date that is basically is the coordinator killer, right? It is argued that the coordinator super centralizes the IOTA network, and the makers or the developers of this network agree. And then they came up with an idea to deal with this centralization in the form of creating something called a co-decide, right? This is basically a coordinator killer. Thank Thank you for giving me this opportunity. I'll see you in the next video.